No,
George, a minute.
that's
I know
now.
what he's saying.
I'm stopping where we are now.
Right,
I'm
you stop away a
stopping.
minute. We're both a little bit of the older generation, so we've been out for a little bit longer than some people. We were part of I was way back when they used to be in the university.
Yeah.
Then they moved down behind the bank, and we had them like round in the gay village as well. Then we started over at the other park over there.
Right.
Then we ended up over here. So you've got to just keep coming and supporting your community. Make sure that our community still is listened to.
It's just really great just being here and just people enjoying themselves, man. It's just lush.
The younger generation are more educated.
What do you think Pride is about? Like, what would you say the purpose of Pride is?
I think it's to keep on educating people. I think it's a way of just showing you, not just in this country, what I love about it is it shows you the rest of the world.
Educating on
here.
loads of different,
Yeah.
because I mean it's not
So
just
many different
one kind of
elements, man. No.
it's not just one kind of prejudice, isn't there?
No.
There's loads of different kinds of prejudices which harm people and individuals.
There should just not be any kind of prejudice
Not
about
any kind of-
anything.
Can you name what kind of prejudices can you name off the top of your head?
Oh, well, colour.
Yeah.
Racism?
We're a mixed race couple.
Yeah.
So Mandy's mixed race, I'm white, and we
get
still
racism still.
we still have this.
As well as homophobia, as well as you go into the shops and people say you don't dress in the right way, or you don't.
You don't
Asking
conform.
questions? You don't conform to the identity we should have.
Sometimes you don't. You know. Also, though, I don't conform to what a lesbian should look like because I wear a dress.
Yeah.
And,
So it should
know,
be just acceptance for everybody, no
it's
matter
acceptance. It's all about acceptance.
I completely agree. And do you think that I'm going to kind of throw another thing in here, what do you think about the way that we treat animals? Do you think that's something that we should consider? So for example, if I was to get a dog here, do you think I should treat that with respect, or do you think I'd be okay to people commit animal abuse, so if I was to hit it?
Can I
It's
just say
the-
though, we have 3 rescue animals at home, so
Oh,
if you're
really?
just going to hit it, I'm just going to hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry.
Because we love our animals, don't
No,
we?
that's it.
But do you think that we should we're doing the wrong thing if we harm them without a good reason?
But are we talking about pride now, or have we gone on about a different subject?
Vegetarianism,
Because
isn't
it's got
It's
for me.
it's about
nothing-
equality.
Right, so what you're
Okay.
saying is, should we look at the animals of the welfare and treat them just as equal? I don't think anybody should be cruel to anybody. Now, I know there is the cycle of food. We do have to get food from animals. Some don't, some do. So I get that. Lou's a vegetarian, I'm a meat eater. We're married.
Yeah.
So with that, we're different in our household. People can turn around and say that I don't like a fad. I don't want things to be just a fad.
I agree.
Right, veganism is very much a fad at the minute, even
Is
though
it?
there's been vegans for 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
People
and so
wanna be
you'll
vegan
No, I
because
don't mean
it's
that
like-
way. I mean, you go to a club or a meal place, and then all of a sudden all these new vegan options have suddenly appeared on the and they want to charge you £15 more than what something else is, and that's what I'm
You
saying
can
is.
always eat vegan at home, though.
Yeah, so I
No,
get
no,
that, but
what
what I'm saying is how people are
it's just- yeah,
capitalising
that's what it is,
on
it's
You can do
things.
that with
Capitalising
pride. I mean,
Yeah,
if I
it
looked
is.
at
And they're capitalising in there. They
So
capitalise.
just on this.
And that's
so
what
we-
I mean. I don't
we-
want people to capitalise on it. I want people to be kind to everybody.
You see, the
Yeah.
way I see it in the grand scheme of things, I don't if I'm honest, I have a lot of problems with capitalism. I do. I'm very critical of capitalism in my spare time. But when it comes to avoiding prejudice, I'd rather that the people capitalise against homophobia rather than accept it. And it's the same with veganism. If they want to make vegan options and people stop harming animals, then all the better. And I think when we look at what we can do in our day-to-day lives, I'll give you an anecdotal example, and you can tell me if you think this is quite a related kind of issue. I don't know if you've seen Alan Turing is going to be on the new £50 note.
Oh.
How many people are going to have £50 notes in their
Why
pockets
is he on a
nowadays?
£50 note, man? I mean, why is he not on a note that everybody will see? It's as if they've it's for me. I'm gonna have a little rant. It's for me. It's like right. We're gonna do this, and then that's gonna be okay because we've said we're sorry. We already said that we've pardoned him and everything like that. And then we'll put them on a £50 note. I mean, who has a £50 note? Put them on a fiver, put them on a tenner.
I see what
put
you're
them on
saying.
something that people can bloody see.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
but
no.
he
How many
definitely
times have you
deserves it,
ever
doesn't he?
seen a £50 note?
Sweetheart, when you
Twice.
Only-
Twice.
only
I've
at
only
Newcastle
ever
Uni.
had.
But when
I've
you
only
don't-
ever had it. There's no point in having
you
it.
don't
There's no
realise
point.
what this man did.
Oh, I do.
And when,
I do.
no, I don't mean you.
no.
I mean, when people look, and so in
£50
Sackville
note's just
Gardens,
not right,
right,
man.
there's the statue of him sitting there.
Yeah.
And how many people you see dive onto this statue to get a photograph?
photo, yeah.
Right? And I said to somebody, I went, do you know who that is? And they'd went, somebody Turing. And I went, no, do you know who this man is?
Well, he
And
went
yes,
through.
the movie came out,
Yeah.
and yes, it was great to turn around and show who it was, but even that hid a lot of what he was away.
Yeah.
It didn't show it all. And I spoke to straight friends and gay friends about this, and they said, we don't need to see that bit. And I went, no, but you don't realise how much this man was victimised because of it.
Yeah.
Do you know
So
what I mean?
He
if
faced
I can give
severe
it-
persecution. I mean,
Can I give an example? Like you've got Winston Churchill on a note that people see. Okay. That was part of a war, but it wasn't just. If you looked at Winston Churchill's life outside of where he was with the war, you might not necessarily agree with all the stuff that he did.
in 1945,
Yeah.
wasn't he? I mean, so a lot of
So-
people did
and
disagree.
then when you look at what Alan Turing did,
He saved the world.
he
in a
saved the
sense,
frickin'. He
Oh,
really
massive
did.
hero, absolute
he,
hero.
He did it, not Churchill. But yet we put Churchill on a note that everyone's going to see. We put Turing on a note that I mean, how many people's going to see that note?
What
man?
do you
It's
think the
just
worst
not
thing they
right.
did, Alan Turing, was?
Well, they
To me,
condemned him.
I was just
They
gonna say-
condemned him.
I
They
was going
said
to say the castration.
Yeah,
I
Well,
think.
he
well, they
chose
well,
that,
no,
though,
but
didn't
he
he
they-
chose that.
Was that a-
out
No,
of
they
that
condemned
others.
him.
Yeah.
It was. Well, it wasn't just. Well, it's not just about.
Is it a
Alan
choice
Turing.
when you're coerced?
It's not. It's not.
That's
just
what I'm
about-
saying, though. But if you're given one choice or the other, you're going to choose the easiest of those two choices. But they were both
If
crap.
So
you-
it was almost like they'd already chosen for him.
Oh
then.
yeah, you take that away. It's not about Alan Turing. It's just what they did in general to men.
Yeah.
And the only reason women weren't put in that frame is because Queen Victoria didn't think lesbian even existed,
Because yeah.
and that was the only reason why.
So
But
it's
that,
only
that was.
homosexual. It was only against gay men.
Yeah. So that's
What if
the
I was to
whole
tell you
thing.
that today in the UK we castrate pigs physically, not chemically, with a razor blade, without anaesthesia? Would you say that was wrong?
The males are castrated using elastration, a technique that involves a thick rubber band being placed around the base of the infant's scrotum, which obstructs the blood supply, causing the genitals to decay and fall off. This method causes severe pain to the lambs, who are provided no pain relief during the process. Baby goats who are raised for their flesh and milk are also subjected to the same mutilations, including being ear-tagged and disbudded.
Gone on to animals again.
I think what he's doing is covering the whole thing.
Because I think equality is a sphere.
I can see
I
what
get
you're
what
doing,
you're
but I can
doing.
see what
Because
you're
well, they're both castrated. So obviously it's this kind of idea
What
where
you're saying, so the animal was going through pain, and as a meat eater, okay, I'm going to say this: as a meat eater, I eat meat. I don't want to think that the animal is in pain, so I don't agree with halal
right, okay.
because they cut the throat.
I disagree with all of it, because I think when you take someone's autonomy and liberty away from them, that cannot be justified unless it was necessary. Eating meat is not necessary. We can live a happy, healthy life without it. We can do the same without eggs and dairy. And I know you're vegetarian, so
I'd love to be vegan, but I just love cheese and eggs.
well, I mean they say that cheese is addictive, don't they? They say it's got casomorphine in it, and that's actually so that the calf can latch on. But when we look at the overall overall industry, I know that cheese may taste nice, but do you think that would justify the kind of cruelty I'm going to describe to you?
Right, I'm going. Do you know what? I'm gonna stop you now.
Because she's going to get wound up. I
No,
know what
I'm.
you're saying.
This is now not about what we originally came over to talk about. This is something totally, completely different. We're now going on animal cruelty, which, and I get what you're saying, and I understand your views and values and everything around that. We were talking about gay rights,
Yeah.
and we were talking about that, and that's totally different to where we've gone on to talk about. So that.
But I was
no,
saying the
it's not,
foundation
no.
of rights is equality, isn't it?
So you're saying that animals should have equality with the humans?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, well.
Do you not think that when we use anything as a means to an end,
feed
that
them.
it's
Who
more
would
of the
feed
fact they
them?
wouldn't be born in the first place because we would never have demanded their deaths.
Oh wow! So we shouldn't have no animals at all then?
Well, would you think it would be okay to birth slaves into slavery?
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Do you think we shouldn't have no animals at all then?
I'm saying that like the whole industry should be abolished. That these are artificial
Oh
populations.
wow! I
Yeah.
still think I would like to see animals in the field, even if.
Oh, right. I mean, someone just wouldn't kill them. So if you wanted to have like,
not all are killed though, are they?
There is a misconception that buying dairy means that cows don't have to die. However, all dairy cows are slaughtered, and each year around 150,000 cows are slaughtered while still pregnant.
Some aren't, but I hear what you're saying.
Which animals
I mean,
aren't
there
killed?
is people who do. I mean, we have.
No, but you're talking about something different now, though, because
Yeah,
when you know, so we
I just can't think of no
about
animals in the world.
milking cows, about doing this, that, and the other. That's totally different to killing them.
Well,
Are you
is it?
religious?
It's
Are you religious?
I used to be. I used to be.
So how do you feel about? Hang on a minute. How do you feel about the fishes? 5 fishes with Jesus.
Oh no, it's wrong. I wouldn't agree with Jesus. I don't think Jesus now, if he truly believed in love, he wouldn't eat fish.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no.
Wow, that's good. That. Wow.
I don't think Jesus wouldn't have been okay with slavery. Jesus wouldn't have been okay.
Slaves were then.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have been okay with any of this
But slaves
if he
were
believed
in
in love.
Jesus'
Yeah,
time.
well, exactly. So
But he still let it happen.
well, that's the thing. So it's about
He
being.
might not have been against. Like I don't like slavery.
Yeah.
I cannot stand any form of slavery, but it still happens,
Oh,
and we
exactly.
have to keep combating it.
I agree.
And we have to
Still
keep
happens today.
challenging it.
Still happens
But I
today.
think if you to turn around in anything in this world and say we will take it away rather than have it, it then becomes an under-the-counter thing. It then becomes more about how can we make it illegal to get it, because I still want my burger. I'm not saying me, I'm talking about in general.
Yeah. When
Yeah?
you make
Oh,
things
Now,
illegal,
drugs.
it's like drugs.
Drugs is all. It's
No,
all under
I agree.
there.
I agree.
make
But then
drugs
that's I agree. I agree with making
Make
drugs.
them legal.
I completely agree. We should make drugs legal.
We shouldn't.
But do you not think that
we shouldn't be
what
harming the animals?
I'm
I
not trying to
agree.
make it illegal. I'm trying to say that you, when you go and buy your food and you make that monetary decision, that vote into these industries, that you could choose a more compassionate choice, and that you could prevent the suffering and death of a sentient being who feels just like you and me, who suffers just like you and me. And I mean, you said to us before, you were like, "Oh, cows don't die in the dairy industry." Do you know how? We're, I think no. Like you said it that when we milk them and stuff, that they don't necessarily have to be killed.
Well, yeah, yeah, I
See,
did.
I don't
asked
believe-
About I asked about cows being milked. I didn't say anything about them
I
being
don't mean to
killed.
misinterpret you. I genuinely don't. I may have miscommunicated. I guess the point I was just trying to say is that I don't think there is a vegetarian industry. We have to forcefully. Have you seen how we impregnate cows? We're attaching them what the industry calls a rape rack, and we tie them down.
No.
George, a minute.
That's
I know
now.
what he's saying.
I'm stopping where we are now.
Right, you
I'm
stop away a
stopping.
minute.
I'm stopping where we
Because
are.
she gets agitated about
That's fair.
animal
That's
stuff.
I mean that's fair enough.
I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, there is a lot of like animal cruelty out there. There is. Until society makes this 50p burger the same as the £5 burger, people are going to carry on buying it because no, seriously, because of how society lives. Okay, we're all living in a throwaway society.
I agree.
Every single one
I
of
agree.
us
And
are.
we're all
So you want the new
coerced
Adidas,
monetarily.
You want the new Adidas tracksuit. You're going to buy that, and you're going to spend 50p on the burger, and you're not going to look at where the burgers come from.
I agree. I mean, vegan options aren't actually more expensive. Like,
In some of the food places that we've been to, right now, I'll give you a classic example. Subway is one of the biggest ones. I had a row in there the other day. You can get a meat sandwich cheaper than you can get the vegan option. Check it out. I'm not lying.
no.
And I was a single parent. I'm going for the cheaper option.
I think there's a better example. I think the best example I could give you is, do you know that like the poorest members of the population who are surviving primarily on grains, legumes, and lentils are normally vegan by default?
I also know that they can cure poverty in the world by using corn.
Well,
I
we-
also know that.
well, we
I
could-
know it's the easiest product, but Africa's not going to buy it because all they want is the money against their people. They want to keep people in poverty. That's the things that need to be attacked first.
Well, but we can attack capitalism and at the same time eat a vegan diet, though, couldn't we?
You possibly could, yes.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that then. You possibly could. But until we attack some of that capitalism, that veganism isn't going to get out there because all they're going to do is buy what
Do
we
you not
need.
think that you're morally obligated to be a vegan and anti-capitalist if what your goal is for equality then?
In this country or across the world?
If you have an option to do so.
In this country or across the world, I
But
believe it needs to be.
regardless, I mean,
In this country, our lawyer, our
In this country, it's a good
MPs
way
can
of-
do it, right? But we can't affect all the other countries where it's still going
no,
on.
absolutely. I mean, just in the choices you make.
Well, we can all do that, and I mean, excuse me.
Sorry.
1 second, I'm coming. We can all. I buy free range eggs. I'll buy different things like that where I feel it is better for the environment.
Chickens raised for egg production are of a different breed to those raised for meat, meaning that the male chicks are not suitable to be slaughtered for their flesh. A very small amount of male chicks are needed for breeding, so on the production line male and female chicks are separated and the male chicks are taken to be killed as soon as they are born. It is estimated that up to 40 million day-old male chicks are killed each year in the UK by either being gassed or thrown into a macerator and ground up alive.
But you can't, until some of those things are brought in line to affect some of the capitalism, I don't feel everybody will go that way. Yes, some will.
Oh yeah. I mean, like from a look at free range, it's more of a way to make us feel better than the animals.
There is also no legal definition or formal standards for free-range pigs, which means retailers can label pork products as free-range without having to meet any standards or guideline.
It doesn't actually really do that much for them, but I mean, in the overall thing, I guess what I want to take away from this is that we can eat a vegan diet for inexpensively. That we can't eat like beans, legumes, and lentils. We don't have to.
I'm sorry, I've dried up.
But taste wouldn't justify causing suffering, would it?
Taste doesn't justify causing suffering in anybody, no. You're correct. You're correct.
Every living thing has the exact same conscious state, even plants. So I don't see...
Okay, we'll debate plants in a second.
Okay.